It was a big weekend for Pokemon news as we got huge reveals, big news drops, all spread out throughout the past couple of days and all given to us just like covering us in Pokemon news. A Pokemon Bukake, if you will. Don't Google that. Whatever you do not Google that. I, for one stupid reason, once did. You see a lot of creepy stuff involving Gardevoir and Lopunny. But the thing is, we're here today to talk about all this news because today was the big accumulation. I didn't want to talk about any of this over the weekend because I didn't really have a lot of time and I wanted an official English trailer for what was coming out in Korokoro to leak. Before we go into all the news, Korokoro leak actually was different from what I was expecting. I was expecting we'd get maybe some more information on Solgaleo and Lunala. I wasn't expecting new Pokemon, new revelations. I actually think it is better to spread all this out throughout the months. We've got enough for this weekend to keep me calm till November. It does worry me though that since we saw so many new Pokemon this weekend that maybe there won't be a ton of new Pokemon in the actual game. Because if you remember correctly, we learned like almost all the X and Y Pokemon before the games came out. We saw a couple pre-evolutions and I don't think we knew about Gumi yet. But the thing is that, honestly, when I saw the decks for the first time for Gen 6, I was just kind of underwhelmed because we saw everything already. I hope that's not what's happening here, that they just wanted to get a bunch of stuff out really quickly, but that is to be judged in the future. Let's start talking about things. Let's start off with the first big thing. Zygarde 10% form and Zygarde perfect form are going to be in Sun and Moon. Okay, I'm actually sort of mixed on this. On the one hand, I'm not happy because I wanted Zygarde to have his own game. I wanted everything that's going on in the anime with all the different cells and all the different percentages of Zygarde to be its own story. I think there's a lot of cool ideas there. There's a lot of interesting things you can do with the 3D animation, all that. I thought all that was going to be such a big deal, but we basically have slowly found out that Pokemon also agrees that Gen 6 was a filler generation, as none of it matters. Zygarde is... I don't know what capacity Zygarde will be in Sun and Moon. Maybe this is just an early reveal. Maybe Zygarde's the big plot. Maybe this is the big 20-year culmination, everything, all cards on the table game some people are suspecting it to be. But I'm afraid that maybe it might just be a distribution event where just a version of Zygarde, the 10% form, and then it turns into the 100% form just as the ability. What's up with that? I was thinking there's going to be more involved with that in the plot. So, I don't really know what to think, because on the one hand, there's that, but on the one hand, I want to be happy because Varellis isn't happy with this, and whenever Varellis is angry, I am happy. So, take all of this with what you will. And now on to the new Pokemon leaked by Korokoro. Iwanko, I think is how you pronounce that. This is that little dog thing we saw the butt of in the previous trailer, and it's actually a rock type. Okay, I was assuming this thing was going to be our early game normal type Pokemon, but it's actually rock, which is neat because I actually prefer that because honestly, I don't really like the early normal type Pokemon because a lot of them are just very generic. And I sort of think it's cool that this isn't. This is a rock type. It could have further utility. Normal types aren't very good on main teams for obvious reasons, but if it's rock, it could have some versatility. And oh my god, it's so cute. It's so cute. I want one. Then we have Nekorala. Who cares? It's a koala, people. Pokemon finally has a koala. It took 20 years and an accidental mistake of Expert from Gen 6, but we finally have a koala, and it looks cute, and its ability is fascinating. The possibilities for this thing as it evolves and gets stronger for battle capabilities, switch in if you know your opponent's going for a move. There's a lot of potential for this Pokemon, and I think it looks adorable. Again, it's a koala. How do you not love koalas? Picky Peck, the generic normal flying type. Okay. It's the thing we saw as the cage art, I think it's called, in the teaser reveal back in February. We now get the full thing. It kind of looks exactly like what we were suspecting. But it's fine. It's a normal flying. I hope it's like Fletchling where it evolves into something interesting. I love Talonflame just because it's different from the other birds. So here's hoping we get something kind of neat there. Oh my god, what am I looking at? This is Yungoos, the mongoose Pokemon. Well, we already have that. It's called Zangoose, and he's a badass. This thing is, oh my god, I think this is going to be our early normal type Pokemon, but just what the hell is wrong with it? The body's fine, I could see it being cute, but that mouth, the big jaws? Just like, what were they thinking? And even in the gameplay footage, it just looks disturbing. Who would want this? A lot of people are already comparing this to Patrat as the new Patrat because of Patrat's eyes. I actually like Patrat. I like the eyes. I think it's kind of cute, kind of different. I think it's a neat little Pokemon. I think it's a neat concept for a Pokemon. That was fine. This is too much. There's something about doing it with the mouth like that. Like, I could just picture you're playing with this thing in Pokemon to me. It eats your hand off. Like, no, I just hope that Gen 7 doesn't have the over-design problem the past 3 gens have had. Grubbin. I like it. This is probably your early bug type, and I actually kind of think it's cute looking. Most of the early bugs have been caterpillars, so to get something that looks kind of different, especially after how sorry looking Scatterbug was, I actually think this is a cute Pokemon. It's a nice different idea. I can't wait to see what it evolves into. I am just amazed at the possibilities. Some people are saying maybe it's a pre-evolution to what's-his-face, Pinsir. I doubt that, but I think it looks really neat. And then we move from the new Pokemon to just some new things. We get more of an idea of how Magearna works, but I think all of this was revealed to us already. The ability, the move, and honestly, in the trailer, the Magearna stuff goes on forever. I don't care. I am so annoyed with the way they're doing everything with Volcanion that honestly, Magearna by default, I just do not give a shit at this point. There's just nothing that interests me about this Pokemon. It just looks like Diancie. If you like it, that's fine, but I don't care. But the real interesting thing here, the thing that I'm fascinated about is, with what we see in this trailer, we know that trainer customization will be more than just skin color. It can go very in-depth, which is good. I think trainer customization should never go away. I think it is a perfect thing for Pokemon, and it should be here for the remainder of the time. But then we get a Battle Royale. Oh my god, everyone's been waiting for this for years. I'm sure you've all done it. You tag battle with your friends, and then you're all just attacking each other. But seeing it actually get represented officially, I think is really cool. We don't really see a ton of it. I imagine it's just pick your attacks on whoever you want type thing. But I'm curious to see how like status conditions and field conditions work. That looks really cool. Again, it's just such a great idea. And the battlefield they're on, sort of like a wrestling stadium. Here's my question. Is that how all Wi-Fi battles are going to look in this game? Because if so, great. I like the Wi-Fi battle look from X and Y and ORAS, but it's not really that in-depth. It's not really that detailed. Something new like this just adds those little touches I just love to see in Pokemon games. And I can't wait to see where that goes. I can't wait to see where any of this goes. But what do you all think? In the comment section below, give me your thoughts on all these new reveals from the past weekend. And as always, click to like and click to subscribe as we get closer to the Sun and Moon epicness.